Hello and welcome to Utkarsh Minds Python for Data Science. Today we will see a very useful topic of Python, classes and objects. For that we need our Colab notebook. Opening a new notebook here, and I will give it the number lesson 12, connect. So class has to be created by the keyword class, and with you can give any name here to the class, and then you should add a colon. And inside a class you can write certain instructions which we will see in detail. You have seen here that I have created a class with the name my class, and inside that there is one line x is equal to 5. To print this x equal to 5, we need to create a object of the class. So this is called object. So the first object is named P1. It is an object of my class. You can think of objects as variables. In this variable P1, all the data of the class will be saved. So if I write P1.x, what will happen? It will print out the value 5, because in this class x is equal to 5. So as I said, P1 will have all the data stored in this class. So P1 also has the data x equal to 5, and how to access that? By the dot operator. So P1 dot x equal to 5. Suppose I write y equal to 10, then I run this again. Now P1 will have x and y both. So P1 dot y, that will be equal to 10. So you see that this is what is the way of writing class and objects. There are many uses of classes and objects. We will see first other details that we can do using a class. Suppose I want to collect data of all the people in my classroom. So I will create a class named classroom. In that I want name, age and address. So there is a special function by which I can collect my data. It is called the init function. Those who are familiar with programming languages, this init is like a constructor. Constructor is automatically executed whenever a new object is created. So always, even if you don't know what is constructor, no, not a problem. Just see how the way of writing this. In this init, we write of it is a function. So def will be the keyword, then this double underscore init double underscore, and in the brackets we will always write the word self, comma, name, age, and let us say last name. These are the three things we will save. So the right way is self.name, self.age, and self.last name is equal to last name. So there is now a class with the name classroom. Inside that we are taking the values name, age and last name and storing it as in the variables name, age and last name. To avoid confusion, I will give this as with a different name, which is, let us say, I will say object name and object name. So when I create an object such as P1 of classroom, automatically let us see what will happen. As I said, P1 will have all the data of the classroom, and classroom has three variables. One is object name, object age, and object last name. Let us see how this will work. So there is an error. Remember, why is there an error? Because I created an object, this function was executed, and this function is taking three inputs: name, age, and last name. Self is not considered as input. So I will give some name. I will say Raju, I will say 15, and I will say Shaha. So these are the inputs I am giving. Raju will be stored in obj name, 15 will be stored in obj age, and last name will be stored in obj last name. So when I write like this, obj name, so I am getting Raju. So P1 obj age, sorry, I wrote name again. I will write age, and I will write here last name. So you can see how it got, P1 has got Raju, 15, and Shaha. Now I am creating one more object. So the procedure remains same, and this time this object will have Ravi, 25, and Mehta. Now what will happen if I print P2 dot obj last name, print P2 dot obj age, and print P2 dot obj name. So P2 has got Mehta, 25, Ravi, whereas P1 has Raju, 15, and Shaha. So you see two different objects of the same classroom have different data, but program I have written only these 5 lines. That is what I want to say, that write once and we can store different data in different objects. Each object will share this same, will have the same variables, obj name, age, and last name, but these variables will store different data. Like P1 object name and P2 object name are different. Similarly, we can create unlimited such objects, and each object will have its own values. So that is what is the use of classes. Let us have one more class. So I will take this and copy it here, and this time with some additional data I am going to change my class. So I will write a additional function, so like def, and this function will be print details. Always I will write self inside the bracket. So what this function will do, it will print the three things. One is self object name, what is there in this, and it will print the last name. These three things. So now let me create an object P1 dot classroom, and here I will pass Raju, 15, and Shaha. Then I will write P1 dot print details, and let me see what happens. See, it has printed the details because this print details function is only printing these three things. I can create one more object. This time I will call it P2, and P2 I will change Raju with Ravi, 15 with 20, and Shaha with Mehta. So P2 also has Ravi, 20, and Mehta. In short, P1 and P2 are the two objects of this classroom, and they share these three variables, and they can use this function for execute this function with the help of dot operator. Okay, so keep practicing this, write these programs, practice on other programs so that you are familiar with this syntax and uses of class. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.